more definition and clarity, so as to cover all aspects of this and not to have a bad experience for anyone.
Right. I think majorly, like you mentioned, then definitely technology plays a huge role while doing live streaming and live commerce, and that is the basic thing that we need a high speed internet connection, or maybe the technology is what brand is using to showcase the live streaming on their website or maybe on Instagram. So that is the one major key point, I can say, that is the challenging point, and setting up, like Shravan mentioned, the setting up the audience for that particular brand, for particular live streaming, and whatever product a brand would show through the audience. That is the major key point.
Yeah.
Let me just check if we have some another question. So there are no more new questions, so we can move to the next one. So I would love to discuss few of the case studies in India. So there are two case studies that we have came across right now that I and my team, we have worked and we have checked that there are Mintra. The first case study we want to discuss about the Mintra's live streaming. Like they are totally into, they are India's top fashion e-commerce platform. You can say everyone has Mintra in their phone. They open, they buy product, and the everyone is so much into it. Like they want this, and they have started their live streaming on Mintra app. So
Yes.
what do you think? How it's is it a game changer for them? Or are they getting any benefit out of it? And what difficulties they must have faced during this whole while doing the live streaming?
I think it just elevates the brand visibility first of all.
Mm-hmm.
I think what you're mentioning is that something that they did with Kiara Advani as a major influencer for this. Um, and it just highlights the brand USPs and visibilities a lot better. And it's also like it's a different way of targeting the customers. You pull them in with a different aspect of marketing.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of customers who've just I think somewhere down the line that human interaction also helps
Mm-hmm.
for the purchase to be completed or people to be convinced about a particular uh, product that they were earlier not, or probably sitting on the fence. And once they have more assurance or delivered nicely in the form of a human interaction, so that's something nice. Probably that gives a good angle to it. Um, yeah. And in terms of technical difficulties or like what they would have faced, again, like I think they've done really nicely with overall their app itself. So it's just a very nice engagement aspect that they've brought in now to keep customers engaged onto their channel. So really, best wishes to them.
What do you think, Shravan, on this point?
So actually, I'm from a different category, so I'm not aware of these live sessions from Mintra. So like our category is like recently launched on Mintra, but I would say, let's say if you have a requirement and if you go through the app, like it can match your requirement. Let's say if they're live streaming on, like, let's say if it is for wedding season and if they're live casting something, so it can match your requirement. So they
Right.
can suggest you some models or something, and they can suggest you some brands after that, and which can help you to make the decision yourself. So I would say,
So if you can just put some, put some throw some light on your category and how live streaming working there. If not started, how could how we can start in your category? If you can just put some light on that.
let's say I'm actually from health and wellness category, I can say.
Yes.
So at sometimes, so we will be having some different kinds of products. I can say a product called lidocaine spray.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a different product actually. It's a long lasting spray.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people not aware of this product, and they don't know how to use. And if you start a live stream with one of the influencers who has some experience on it, and so people can easily know what is the benefit of it, and at the same time how can they use it.
Hmm.
So from my category, so I would say like in live sessions we should showcase these kind of products and their benefits through influencers. So most of the times, this is what we do actually.
Right. I
Yeah,
guess yes. This live streaming makes a quick decision for any particular consumer to buy the product.
exactly.
That's a major point. Definitely yes. So we have one question from Aprasha Suresh, Apsara Suresh. Sorry. So she's asking that how does live commerce in India difference from other markets such as China or US?
I think somewhere, if we compare to China and US, uh, they are markets which are more advanced in overall e-commerce compared to India. We are still, although we are growing very rapidly in e-commerce, but we are still at a lesser size compared to China and US. And therein, the aspect of live stream would also be slightly different. We are at an early stage of it still. It's still something. The usage is still growing in tier one cities, and then slowly it would advance to tier two, tier three cities. So that is one aspect that it would be different from. The trust that people have on this would slowly develop, and they would be more utilizing the benefits of it.
Sure. Suresh, if you have anything to add to this. Oh, I'm
No.
so sorry. Shravan, if you have anything to add to them, so sorry.
So I can say the practical representation is one thing. Let's say for any Indian markets, I don't think like they will do live telecast practically. But in some other countries, like if they want to showcase one product, they do live session only. Like, I can say live practice. So that people can easily get to know what is the use of the product and how they can use it, like how they can use it. So I would think this is the difference between Indian market and other markets.
Okay, I think Apsara must have gotten the answer. So definitely, what I can say, what I have checked till now, that China's market is like somewhere around $160 billion right now, because Alibaba has started this all these live session with a great event, and then during the COVID, it got a really good push in India as well. However, it started in China. They have gotten a huge event, and everyone is doing live streaming and live commerce using the products. But yeah, I think lockdown pushed all of us to use the phone and start shopping more on e-commerce, and this,
Yes.
the e-commerce industry, I can say, was a ton boom while during lockdown, but post lockdown also there's some drop. But I think post that it's going fine. But right now live commerce and live streaming especially is getting this push, and brands are experimenting doing live streaming with different influencers, like we have discussed earlier, with influencers, with hosts, maybe sometimes brand owners goes, the founders and the owners goes live themselves on the channel. So yes, there's a huge difference between the China and Indian market. I can say, but
Yes.
definitely India is growing, like Lakshay mentioned, that it's gonna grow rapidly in coming years, and right now is the time. So if I talk about the second case study, it's from Agio. It's also e-commerce giant in India. They have multiple categories, and they have started live commerce from themselves as well. So I think it's more or less is the same thing, that they live commerce has give them a great push, and hold a massive potential of this audience, and converting their audience into their customers as well while doing this live streaming. Well, what do you think on that part? I think that's a great hit for them.
Yeah, yeah. Um, I think they did a live performance and tied it up with the product display as well. So I think that was something really unique, and then I think it just offers, and how kudos to these channels also, how they're exploring it is just like merging different aspects of online experiences along with the purchase. experience, and that's something really nice. It's like, just like it just offers a lot of possibilities of customer engagement. Um, so that's something really nice to see.
Yes, yes, definitely. I think we have two more questions from our viewers. So there's Madhu. He's asking that what are the unique characteristics of the Indian consumer in the context of live commerce? Anyone can pick that up.
Mhm. I think in context of live commerce, unique to India. Uh,
Unique characteristics for Indian consumer in context of live commerce.
mm, See, this is again something linked to the question that we were asking about comparing China and US markets to the Indian
Mm-hmm.
markets.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I feel still Indian markets are very offline heavy.
Mm-hmm.
The growth of e-commerce is something not very. It's growing very rapidly, but the scale itself compared to offline is
Right.
a bit less. Somewhere down the line, what right now the one of the challenges is for e-commerce industry itself, as well as it would be more complicated for live e-commerce, is to have a sort of trust in terms of the none of the scams or none of the misuse of the privacy of those kind of security to come in the minds of the customers. I think that's one of the roadblocks typically Indian customers have in
Mm-hmm.
terms of not exploring these channels to its full potential.
Right.
And yeah, and all of the other aspects in terms, I think they are very much similar to typical consumer what would be there in US or China. Everybody likes to ask or check their product before they buy it. None of
Right.
I assume that US or Chinese customers would also be would like to be equally informed about their purchase before they do. So this live e-commerce provides that option very well, where you could, if you wanted to clarify something, as Sravan was saying about their product in health and wellness, that
Mm-hmm.
some applications or the usage of the product, if there is a doubt in customer's mind, they could attend that session, just get that doubt cleared, and then just straight away go ahead and purchase the product. Um,
Right. Yes, definitely. Yes, that's a major key point that into tier two, tier three cities, the audience, the consumers are still want to buy offline rather than online. What do you think, Shravan, on this question?
Yeah, exactly. So if you're, as I told you before, if you're showcasing one product in live commerce now, so it will reach more of the audience, and I can say like more of the followers of that particular influencer. So because of that, and if let's say if you're starting one, if you're starting live commerce before some time, and you will notify the people regarding this, right? So let's say if it is regarding one product or something, so people definitely people will. Show some interest to join that webinar or like live telecast,
Mm-hmm.
and they will show some interest to know about the product. As I told
Yes.
you before, so I have one real time experience actually with the same product that I've mentioned like few minutes before.
Yes.
So we are getting more and more impressions for the product, but we are not getting any conversions there because the way we are showcasing our product in the platform is not the way people can easily purchase, because we can put some points where people can easily understand, but sometimes platform will not allow, so we have to follow some guidelines and everything. So in
Yes.
these cases live commerce will definitely work.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And the next question is trending tales is asking. How can brand leverage influencer and celebrities in live commerce settings? So I think we have already discussed on that one
Mhm.
that the
Yeah.
this influencers and celebrities, if a brand is using, they have their followers to the audience, they are already interested in their content, and while doing that live stream, combinedly on brand's page and on their page on any social media, or celebrity or a good influencer is talking about any brand, uh, I think it give a good kick to a particular product or to the brand, and if the influencer is showing it in a right way, if I'm saying it rightly, Lakshay.
Yeah, I think the broad fundamentals of influencer marketing remain same.
Yes.
We want to leverage onto the relationship that influencer have with their followers, and therein I think broadly the fundamentals are same. Just that one aspect that the brands need to cover more in terms of developing a more informed relationship with the influencer in terms of the product attributes,
Mm-hmm.
because earlier it's only one-sided communication where you are communicating some aspects, but in a live e-commerce the communication also, they should be informed enough where they are able to answer some of the queries of the customers about the product. So I think that would just that is something that would need a bit more informed. Need influencers to be really informed about the product. It just really helps that influencers themselves like the products and they're more aware of how it's benefit them, and in general how it would benefit a lot of their followers.
Like a real review while they use the product before going live, and if they like the product, the real review of the product they can show, because once they use the product, they check out the product, they know the ingredients, then only they can show it rightly to their audience and suggest to buy that correctly to their audience, I guess.
No, all of the we assume that all of the reviews are presently all of the reviews are real itself. What I meant was that, for example, as an influencer earlier, they are saying that okay, this product has suited my skin really well,
Hmm.
where they have a particular skin type, like a
Right.
dry skin type. Now, at the same time, we can't expect that all of their followers would also be dry skin type. Now, they would have curiosity that okay,
Right.
and if a follower asks that I have oily skin type, which variant of this product should I use, or whether it would suit me or not. So therein, like we need to empower the influencers to give them the right information there
Hmm.
itself, because it's a two-way communication now. They're showcasing the product. They need to be more informed about it. That would
Right.
be one challenge.
Right. Got it.
Suppose if you are using a like celebrity, so you will get brand awareness, and if you are using any influencers, you will get product awareness actually. So let's say if you are using any celebrity for marketing and everything, so they will showcase your brand only actually. So let's purchase from let's say Wow, I can say, or else Mama Earth. But if you are using, like if you are taking any help from influencers, they will say like buy on height growth powder, or like buy on supplement, something like that, so
Mhm.
that you will get product awareness with the help of influencers. So that if you suppose if you mention that particular product name, so that it will reach correct audience actually. Suppose if I'm having a problem with the hair fall, and
Right.
if you mention like hair growth biotin tablets, so the
Mhm.
customer can easily catch that point actually.
Right. Right.
Yeah, so this is the best point I can say. The difference between influencer and celebrity.
Right, right, right. Correctly said. Definitely, if
Yes,
we talk about any particular product and it will reach right audience, the product,
exactly,
the audience will catch that point. Definitely, yes,
exactly.
that point. And any advice for someone is asking any advice for newbies starting out in live commerce.
Sorry, what?
Any advice for newbies, like new brands who are
Oh,
starting in live commerce, who are starting and taking this, experimenting with live commerce? Any advice for them?
I would say better to improve their brand awareness through a lot of these marketing things actually. Like let's say uh, some kind of affiliate marketing, and then like kind of influencer marketing and everything, so that it can reach some audience. And at the same time, you have to. I don't think you have to spend more on kind of a marketing things. So once you focus on these two things, definitely you will be getting some conversions from those particular people. So this is for new brands actually, I can say.
Lakshay, any points to adding on to that?
I think just if, for example, as I was saying earlier, we need to ensure that in because in a live scenario, we need to be, I think, more prepared more well in terms of assuming what all you have to cater to all of the audience queries. So that is something that I think needs to be prepared well.
Great. I think, Lakshay, we have one last question for
Mhm.
you. This is
Mhm.
specifically for you because it's about the cosmetic products. So, how do you create buzz for a new cosmetic product in live commerce?
See, the fundamentals of a new product remain same. You have to address, in general, if you have to really make a really nice moving product, you have to address some unmet need in the market, or your product should have some USPs
Mhm.
that you feel the customers would appreciate. And therein, I think with the same fundamentals, you have to go for with interaction with the customers and the live audience stage also, live stream stage also. What happens here also, you could use this experience as a uh, discussion panel study or something like that, where you could you are at, let's say, you have prepared, simple example would be for lipsticks, you have prepared certain attributes or shades and you want to refine to the final list that you would launch in the market. So I think therein you could understand, or you could do a soft launch first and then revise that line and launch on a bigger scale later. Um, I think therein an interaction with the audience and putting it live out there for purchase really adds very good data to understand that okay, which aspects are really valued by customer for which they are going to pay you money for. So like I think that's something to keep in mind.
I guess the audience got all the answers. Uh, and yes, that's where all the questions, and for me and for the audience as well. It was a great webinar, I can say, great session talking to you, gaining some good information around e-commerce industry and the trends right now going on in live commerce as well. Uh, I hope we will meet soon and will do a next webinar soon with you guys. And it was great having you with us. It was a lovely webinar with you.
Thank you so
Happy weekend, Merry Christmas, and a Happy New Year to
Thank
you.
you, thank you.
yeah,
Merry
thank
Christmas
you
to
so
all.
much.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Goodbye.
you.
Bye.